What's going on out there? This is Monkey Magic doing another review for you on the LG G2. So I've had this phone for maybe about 2 months, 2.5 months, and here to do a review for you. So this is the box that came in, very nice. And as you can see, some of the specifications, got a Qualcomm Snapdragon 800 series, clocked in at 2.3 gigahertz. It has 2 gigabytes of RAM. It's a full HD LCD 19 by 20 by 1080. It's a full HD IPS technology, as you can see. Got some other stuff, a 13 megapixel camera in the back. I don't know what the front facing camera, I think it's like 1.3 or maybe even 2 megapixels, I'm not 100% sure. Has all the bells and whistles. So this is a little bit different than the international version. This is the Korean version. The international version is they have the back is non-replaceable. The battery is also bigger. But this one, of course, is Korean version. It's a little bit different. So same design, everything is pretty much the same, but the features are all the same. The dimensions, from what I can tell, are the same. I have read somewhere, I actually tried to look it up, that it's a little bit thicker than the international version because of the removable back and battery. But I don't know, I'm not 100% sure. I tried to look up the specifications for the G2 in the Korean version versus the international or American version, and it doesn't seem to have the exact dimension size in the width. But from what I can tell, it seems pretty thin. I love the way the back, you can hold it really well. So everything else is basically the same thing. It's got a 5.2-inch screen, full HD, like I said before, 1920 by 1080. Everything in the, of course, the placement of the power button, volume rockers in the back. You have the 13 megapixel camera in the back also. You have the microphone, noise cancellation microphone, the IR blaster up here. Also, if you notice this little here, as all Korean versions of the phone, they have a pull-out antenna, and it pulls out pretty long. And that is for watching TV, you know, in the subway or something like that. On the other side, there's nothing here. And the bottom, it's got the headphone jack, US micro B port, and 2 speaker grills. But kind of a jip because only one speaker works. It's only one speaker, but they have this other speaker grill, but there's no sound that comes out of it. I think the international version, both the speakers, you know, there's 2 speakers here, but this one only has a single speaker, which is kind of, to be honest, gay, you know, but I guess they kept the design exactly the same. And over here, as you can see, there's a little bit of a latch, as I told you before. This has a removable back, which is a big thing in Korea. I don't think Korean people really like non-removable back. So as you can see, there is the battery here. It's 2610 milliamp battery. You have your tray here, and also very important, micro SD card slot over here. So that is, of course, missing from the international version. This comes in 32 gigabytes. This is the 32. I haven't seen a 16 gig. I don't think they make 16 gigabytes. So this is 32 gigabytes internal storage, and then also micro SD card supported, so you can add more storage if you want, which is a big thing, I guess, too, in Korea. And also in the box, I already took it out. Like I said, I've been playing with it. You also have a extra battery stand because it comes with an extra battery. So as you can see, 2610 milliamp battery. The stand is pretty nice. You can also use it to hold your phone up, you know, if you're watching videos or something like that. So pretty cool. Another thing about this one is, of course, which I was really excited about, because was the hi-fi 24-bit 192, you know, I guess some kind of, I don't know the technical term, but something that makes the music sound better. And if you get like the really great files, download the really great files, you hear more music. I do notice that it's much louder than my, any other phone I've ever had while listening to headphones, and so forth like this. And also, it comes with headphones. These are the LG Quad Beats or something like that. These aren't actually; those are pretty good headphones for in the box headphones. Before, I was a big Samsung fan headphones, and also Apple headphones are also great too for something that's already given. But LG did a good job with these. They sound really good and go up really loud, and they have, of course, the placement, for pause and stop and up and down volume rocker and stuff like that, and of course the microphone. But I was actually really surprised with these. I had them in the G Pro also, and but the G Pro, I guess, it wasn't really as loud, when listening to headphones. But with these paired up with the G2, actually very decent. The volume goes up really loud. When I go to the gym to work out, I like to listen to my music very loud, so to amp me up and, get the monkey juices flowing. And always, plenty loud for me. So very happy with the music, sound quality, and so forth like this. Also in the box, you get, of course, like I said, the phone. And they actually, kind of awesome was when I first got the phone and I took it out, there was already film cover, placed on it. And then there was another film here, so you actually didn't have to buy the protective film, so forth like this. So I thought that was pretty cool that they gave you two. One was already placed on it, the second one was given here. This is the second one, and it has I'm using LG U Plus LTE and so forth like this. And in the box is, of course, like the micro USB cable and the charger, the adapter and so forth like this. Pretty standard fare. Nothing great about it and so forth like this. Actually, maybe there's some specifications in the Korean manual about the phone. I probably should have looked it up before I started this. Well, anyways, if I do find out if it's sticker, I will definitely let you guys know and so forth like this. So let's just move this out of here and so forth. Now let's get into the good stuff. Let's get into this phone by itself. This is, of course, running Android 4.2. Jesus, that would be sad. This is, of course, running Android 4.2.2, which is not the latest, considering that there's Android 4.3 already out, and as we all know, the Nexus 5 is coming out soon, and that's going to be running Android 4.4, which is Kit Kat, which I really like the name, much better than Key Lime Pie, I think. The name sounds awesome. Of course, LG makes the same. For LG is the OEM that's going to produce the Nexus 5, which I'm really excited for that phone. That phone is just going to be badass. So one of the features, of course, is the knock-on feature, which I think is awesome. I use it a lot, and it's just great to be able to get into your screen and play with the phone by knocking on with it. Especially when you have it down and you're just kind of looking at something, because the button's on the back, so you can't really just, you don't want to pick up the phone, you just pop up, give it a double tap, and give it a double tap, and it comes back on and so forth like this. As you can tell, the top here has a notification light that also, pops on. See, when you hit when it's turning off and on the screen. Also, if you notice in the back button, I don't know if you can tell, maybe it's too light, when you press it and the screen goes on, there's a ring and the light pops up like this, which is pretty cool. So this is, like I said, Android 4.2.2, but it has, of course, the LG skin. I actually don't know what LG calls its skin. I know, Samsung calls their TouchWiz, and I know HTC calls their Sans. I'm not really 100% sure what they call the LG skin. I don't really like it. It's not bad. It's very smooth. It has very good effects. It has some good widgets that I do like. I'll show you some of the widgets that you can put on there. I will tell you the best widget, I think. These are all actually not the widgets that you get. But I will tell you some of the best widgets that you can get, which would be, if I can just get over there. The calendar widget is really nice. I have that on already. The email widget. By the way, just email this email app they have on it just totally sucks ass. It's just, I don't know what the hell. It doesn't like to play nicely with Yahoo and my Yahoo account. Yes, I still use Yahoo even though I already use Gmail. But I like the flashlight widget. I will show you this one. I'm sure there's many. Oh, I already have it on there. Let's get back to my favorite widget. My favorite widget, actually, I'll just tell you right now, is the weather widget that they have. I really like the weather widget. The animations are really nice. Where are you? Oh, there it goes. So there's three different sizes. The best one I like is the 5x2. So let me put it on this screen over here. And I really like the widget. You know, it has really good animation. And if you press it in, it shows you all, the weather for the week and so forth like this. So that's one of my favorite widgets that they have there. But let me clear the RAM here. As you see, I got the Nexus logo going on. I also like the design of it. The bezel's really thin on the side. I'm not sure if you can actually see that. I'm going to change the wallpaper so you can actually maybe wallpaper. And I will get into a very light wallpaper. We'll get into this because I'm totally into the whole Despicable Me 2 thing so far, and so forth like this. As you can see, the bezel is really thin. I think from what I read somewhere, it has the thinnest side bezels of any phone out there right now. As you can see, it has no physical buttons. It's just like a Nexus device with on-screen button. Another great thing about this is very customizable. The drag down screen is very nice also. Also, as you can notice before, I'm not sure if I noticed this on my Optimus G Pro, but one of the things I didn't like was that it had this Q Slide apps tray over here. But I figured out on the G2 that if you press the Q Slide thing and you disable it, it actually gets rid of it. So it kind of unclutters your notification drawer, which is a big plus for me. Like I said, everything is customizable. You can put down, the group of quick shortcuts that you want on top, and also the placement by hitting the edit button. And as you can see, you can shut the ones you don't use, and you can also move them up and down, and they will translate into actually the setting. Another thing I don't like about this is the auto dimmer. I don't know what the hell is wrong. Same thing with the Optimus G Pro that I had before. And woohoo! Red Sox. 5-2. Nice. As you guys all know, I'm from Boston, so got to root for my home team. Last time I checked, they were losing 2-1. So Red Sox coming up, going to the World Series. Hopefully, I don't want to jinx them. What was I saying? I totally forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, the auto brightness, it didn't work for the G Pro. It doesn't work for this. It's the simple thing, but it's one of the most retardedest, stupidest, thing I've ever seen. When you press it, it just doesn't do anything. It just like stays the same. Whether you're outside, inside, you have this cranked at 100%, or it just doesn't work. And same thing with the G Pro. It's a minor annoyance, and I would think that LG would get something this small right, but I don't know, just really retarded that the auto dimness doesn't work and so forth like this. What else can I say about the phone? Like I said, the calendar widget is also great, and so forth like this. It shows everything. It's really big, and it also has the text and so forth like this. The music widget is pretty good. Actually, I don't have the music widget on it now. Because I actually, this phone is rooted. I rooted this phone because I just hate the crapware and the bloatware that they put all the Korean apps that I never used. So I actually froze it in titanium. Actually, I will pop it back up in titanium really quickly. I will put it back in so you can see, because there is actually some cool things about the music player. Music player, where are you? I guess I should have done this before I started, but it's too late now. I can't go back. I must keep going. We're gonna say sorry again for not been really been up to date with my videos and so forth like this. To be honest with you, just getting tired and of, you know, doing the videos and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, I love doing the videos, but just the money it costs to, you know, get the phones and so forth like this is becoming a little bit crazy. So I'm trying to slow down a little bit. This is probably my last phone I actually changed it to. So let me get rid of this. This is actually power amp. It's not the stock music player. So I put the stock music player back just for you guys, even though I hate it. I don't really use it. And I will tell you a reason why. So as you can see, it's two different widgets. You put it there, and as you can see, it has a nice look to it. You know, the metallic look with the little speaker grill and things so forth like this. Now I'm going to tell you what I don't like about it and why I deleted it. Now when you jump into this, I have a lot of music on my, first of all, the whole interface is just freaking retardedly stupid. Like, it took me literally like 20 minutes to figure out, like, I think this button, okay, this is not the button to see all my music. Is this the button here? No, this is not the button. No, now I'm playing. And you press all these freaking stupid buttons, and none of these stupid buttons actually gets you to, you know, all your music. And then you figure out that I still don't have no clue how to get to my, you know, all the music that I have downloaded here. You know, they have the YouTube button, the Miracast, the Shuffle, and so forth like this, but they actually don't tell you how to get to. It's really hard to get to your music. You know, like even now, see, you have to press like you have to go into like two different things. But this isn't even all my music. This is like to make a list or something. And for the love of me, it just, you would think that they would make the placement of the music to get to your whole library of music very simple, but how the funky chunky monkey do I get to the music? Oh, there you go. So you have to actually press the back button, which is not bad. And then if you notice, it's really laggy. Like, look at this. I mean, I know I have a lot of music, but it's like trying to load up my albums or something, and this is just my albums that I have. And see how it lags? And come on now, you know, this is stupid. You know, this thing has a Snapdragon 800, you know, quad core, 2.3 gigahertz, and you're telling me that this, you know, implementation of this freaking music player. See, now it's good because it loaded up all my, you know, album art and so forth. But just when I did that, it was just aggravated the crap out of me. Like, I was like, I couldn't deal with it. Plus, I like power amp anyways for the customization. See, look at this. Even like screens, and look at this. It's just like this laggy piece of shit. It makes me not even want to play with this fucking phone. Sorry, some swears in here. This is a, you know, look at this. It's really aggravating. I'm just really aggravated with this. And look at this. Is just the names of the, you know. Okay, now it's pretty smooth here. You know, I have a lot of music, but come on, man. You know, you made this to be a flagship phone. So that's one other thing I really dislike about the music player. I will get into the, I don't know what the hell they call this, but the case and stuff like that. The case is actually pretty cool. It's a replaceable back, and it's got, you know, kind of like a quick view type of thing like this. Except for Samsung has the little plastic. There's nothing in here. So see, it's just a holey, you know, it's just a big hole that they put. But actually, I like this better than Samsung's because I don't know. So as you said, you just pop off the back, and you pop this bad boy on. It makes the phone a little bit thicker too, and I just don't mean by the cover of the case. I also mean by actually the back plating seems to be more, you know, it's like humped up or something like that. So, you know, but that's in some ways is good because it actually, you know, it protrudes a little bit more and so forth like this. Now, one thing I do like about this case is that when you tap it on, you can tap it on from here, and you can have the time, and you can change this to all different colors, different watches, different clocks, like this, you know, so very cool, even with the wallpaper, mini wallpaper. Now, if you slide to the side, though, it also has a weather, you know, quick view app, and if you slide to the side again, there should be a music app, which I don't know why it doesn't show up. Well, anyways, Maybe because I messed with it with the titanium. There is another side. If you notice, there's 3 little small home buttons here. There is another side where there's a music player that pops up that you can control from on the screen here. But I defrosted, I took it out with the titanium. I'm not going to put it back in right now because I'm honestly, after I'm finished this video, I'm just going to delete this app, this music app again. So that is some of the things I don't like about it. Now I'm going to go into a lot of things I like about this phone. First of all, the size of this phone is just awesome. The bezels, the side bezels is awesome, and so forth like this. Except for the music player and so forth, everything is super smooth, super silky. Transition is just great. I don't actually use the LG home interface because I don't like the icons. I think the icons are really, really, really cartoony, especially the phone icon is just really aggravating me. You can change a theme, but the only 2 downloaded theme is the basic and the marshmallow. I remember the Optimus G Pro, there was like 4 of them. I'm not going to use the marshmallow one. I'm a grown ass man. I can't be walking around with a pink marshmallow themed phone and so forth like this. So I don't use the LG's interface. I use Nova Launcher. Nova Launcher runs great on this. There's no lag. There's no stutter. Thing's just flawless. Same thing with the LG launcher. And so forth like this. It's just crazy smooth. Everything works as it should be, except for, like I said, the few things that the music player loading up and so forth like this. Everything runs great. Love this phone. I love the customization that you can do to it, and so forth like this. I also like, it also has, one more qualm about this. As you know, Nexus devices, I'm probably all Google Nexus devices, if you go up, you're supposed to be able to jump into this has the same thing, but for some reason it doesn't work the first time you do it. You have to do it 2 times. So you see, I just did it the first time, and then the second time it pops up. And of course, as it goes into Google search, but you can also go into the Q voice and also the Q member. But once you activate it, it works, flawlessly. But if you don't use it and then you try to use it, it's always a two-shot thing. I've tried it many times. I don't know why it is. I'll try it again, see if I can replicate it. I'm going to clear the RAM and jump on something like this. But, okay, now it works now because it's been activated. But if I was to, not use it for, say, a day or 2, and then I try to use it, it's always a 2-shot thing. The first time I go up, the funny thing is, if you go up and it'll go into the app already. It won't show it, but it'll go into the app already. But then, of course, you can use it like that, but of course the whole thing is that you can see, you have a choice of what you're going to do. So I don't know why it does that. Maybe software build, that they did something wrong with. The camera is awesome, has image stabilization, which means that if you have shaky hands like I do, the pictures come out really well. I will actually go into my gallery and show you some pictures I took. Alright, so here's a picture I took of this. It's one of my, has an iPhone. This is actually an iPhone with a monkey case. I thought it was really cool. This is me with my snack, and you see my fat thumb in the way or something like this. This is one of my favorite snacks. It's like a fish cake bean paste bread. Awesome tasting. This is me at the gym. Don't look in. So lots of pictures and so forth. So if you're a camera if you like the camera, I don't really use the camera. I told you I'm not really a big picture person unless I'm with somebody who wants me to take pictures. Then of course I take pictures, but I'm not really a big picture person. So everything else is pretty much the same as in the G Pro and so forth like this. Chrome, loads up quick, jump out like this and so forth like this. So let's get into some benchmarks. So I'm going to clear the RAM actually. Also, there's 2 different ways you can, if you hold this button down, this goes into the setting. If you hold the back button, no. Anyways, if you hold the whole button, it'll come up with a, recent apps list. You can slide them away. Also has a task manager. Like I said, it's 2 gigabytes of RAM, but it's not actually 2 gigabytes. So let's run some Antutu. Let's run the Quadrant. I ran this before. It's a beast. It's got an 800, Snapdragon 800 series. It's just gonna freaking, kick ass right now. I don't know. I haven't got a chance to see the Galaxy Note 3, which has the true octa-core. The true octa-core, which means basically if you have an S4, it doesn't have an octa-core. It's just a fucking, it's just a piece of crap, I guess. Pretty pissed off at Samsung, actually, to be honest with you. And I think I've made a resolution. I will never ever buy a Samsung or I'm just going to stick to Nexus, honestly. I'm just going to import it and just use it, because Nexus is just, I hate waiting for the software. My Galaxy Note, oh, here we go. You don't have to hear me ranting. So let's jump into this. So as you can see, 19,874 in Quadrant. It scored higher before, like around 20 and so forth like this. So let's jump out of that and let's get into Antutu. I really like the new Antutu. So as you can see, I tested before, scored a 33,516, which I guess I'm in 4th place. Woohoo! Right? In my ranking. Oh, I didn't even know I was. Let's see. Oh, so as you can see, the Galaxy Note 3 in the bar chart ranks higher than my device. Ooh, I am so sad. Galaxy Note 3. By the way, I did get a chance to see the Galaxy Note 3. I will test again. Test. I did get to see the Galaxy Note 3, and I'm not gonna lie, really disappointed with the Galaxy Note 3 and the build quality. I don't know what the hell they were doing with the back, the leather type thing, but it just really felt strange. And although I must say it's thin and it's really lightweight, but the back was just total like, what the hell are you doing? But I guess they're trying new things, and honestly, Samsung just needs to either keep with the plastic, or if they want to be high, showy like HTC, just do it right, because the back on that is just horrible. The LG G2, of course, still has the plastic back and so forth like this. Sorry about that dust. Actually, is a really nice feel to it. I like how it's really curved. I don't actually have my S4 anymore to compare, but the S4 was kind of flat. It fit really well in the hand, but this really just fits really nicely in the hand. You kind of like just grip it, and the natural curve of the phone really well. And I love the back placement button too. It got a little time to get used to it. Like, I'm still getting used to it, but it actually makes a lot of sense. And it feels like the phone was more securely placed. It's not as natural as they say, because honestly, for me, the natural placement would be like up here. Where I put my fingers, or to the side. But maybe it's because I was trained that way, because all the phones. But I actually like the back placement. And like I said, the knock feature is just one of the most useful features. And I'm shocked that nobody really thought about this before, and how LG implemented this is just awesome. It's just so easy, so quick. And for people who worry about, if it's in your pocket, if not, it has never turned on for me. I've never hit the button on the back by accident, and so forth like this. Not, from what I know of. And I love how the bezels are so thin. Really, honestly, it's really great. And the design of this phone, I think, is actually pretty nice. It's really simplistic, but it's really nice. The way they made it. Of course, it's plastic, but it's really nice. It is a fingerprint magnet, somewhat like this, as you can see. But pretty much all phones now are these days. I don't know what they're using, but and so forth. So as you can see, it finished. It scored 33,713, which is still under the Note 3 and so forth like this. So it's not bad. So as you can see, Android 4.2.2, Qualcomm Snapdragon, Adreno 330. And as you see the resolution, they actually cheated you. It's actually not 18, it's 1776 by 1080, 13 megapixel, and so forth like this. So still number 4. Thank you, and 2-2. What else should I say about this phone? I've had, like I said, I've had this. I really like the home. Oh, by the way, like I said, there's a lot of customizations you can do. Even the system settings, they have it split up like kind of like Samsung has it. I'm not sure if they did it before, but actually you can change it into one continuous list view. So as you can see, now it's a list, kind of like normal Android and so forth. So I really like that. I like the tab view actually, because it's just easier to see the top and just jump into instead of. And let's jump into the display. You see the front buttons, which means these, on-screen, navigation buttons. You can actually change it. They have many customizations. So you can have the regular, like, different placement and so forth. As you can see, I have the back button, the home button, and the recent app button here. But you can change it so it goes the other way. And then they actually add, you can actually add a 4th button. Like for their instance, this one is the down notification, the down up notification, and this one here you have the Q slide writing button. So woo, and so forth like this. So whoop, and we jump into that. And also it works with the different theme of the color. So right now you can have black radiation, which is just kind of like a kind of like grayish, and it goes into like the full black. You can have it in white. See, it changes to white, and of course white radiation. And then you can also have transparent background. Transparent background, which means it just becomes transparent. You can see through. But see, kind of does a weird thing sometimes, and it changes. Probably a software thing that they need to update. See how it changes? Very strange. By all no means, I've actually seen a lot of bugs in this, and so forth like this. Go back to my setting. I actually just use the black. I don't use the transparent. I like the black. Usually I have some kind of a black background, and the black really makes the phone, I think, just feel better and so forth like this. A lot of ways to customize this phone. Very rootable. So I would say that out of a monkey 10, I would give this, so out of 10 bananas, I would give this a solid 9. Love the feel, love the form factor, love the screen. The screen is awesome. You can see it in the sun. Love the design of it. I think the design is, a lot of people have said it's dull. It's kind of, like following all Android phone. But honestly, unless you're HTC and you're making it all, aluminum body or, or glass body, something like that, all phones are going to look pretty much the same thing. And for an Android phone, it's pretty much the same. But I really like the minimal, listic design of this. It's really nice. Just a little LG logo here. Actually, without the film, but this is gone. So. And on the back also, I like the placement of the buttons. I like the feel of the buttons, to be honest with you. It feels really nice and so forth like this. Camera's great. I don't really use it that much, but camera's great. Knock-on feature is a killer feature. Really love this feature and so forth like this. The animation for the lock screen is another thing I like. You can change these, of course, also. This is the dewdrop, but there's many different ones. Particle, black hole. I can show you, actually, see if you want to see. And it also has weather animation, so ripple, white hole, particle, crystal. Dewdrop, ripple, and white hole is you've seen it in G Pro. Particle, I think, is a new one. So particle actually looks pretty cool. It's kind of like a see particles, and then they have the crystal. Crystal is pretty cool too. It just looks like you have a big crystal chandelier as a phone. There you go. And so forth like this. So very customizable, great phone. The battery is awesome. It's just freaking fantastic. Like I said before, the GS4 has, I think, the funny thing about it is, a lot of people said, oh, LG's trying to, copy Samsung, blah 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 blah, but in my case, I think LG is just trying to one-up Samsung so much. Like, for instance, you know, the Samsung has a 4.99-inch screen, which is basically a 5-inch screen. So LG says, you know what, we're going to make ours just a little bit bigger. We're going to make ours 5.2 inches so we can say we have a bigger phone than Samsung. Alright, so I mean, I kind of understand. 5.2, they thinned the bezels down, so it's basically the same footprint, the same size as the Samsung S4. I understand that. You're trying to, you know, that's cool. And then, of course, in America, in international version, it has a non-replaceable battery, but we're in Korea. Korean people are not really into that non-removable battery, so, you know, I guess that's why they made it for us. But then you see this. This battery is a 2,610 milliamp battery, and guess how big the Samsung S4 battery is 2,600 milliamp battery. So LG kind of said, you know what, Samsung, you have a 2,600 milliamp battery. We're going to make ours just a little bit better. We're going to make ours 2,610 milliamps. So our battery is bigger than yours. So it's kind of funny. It's just, you know, I noticed some things like this, like, oh, that's pretty funny. They made their screen a little bit bigger. They made their batteries just a little bit bigger, and so forth like this. So definitely big ups to LG. They did a really great job on this G2. The only reason it didn't get it, I was going to actually give it a 9.5, the same as the S4. I think in some ways this phone is equal to S4, and in some ways it even is better than the S4. Even though both uses the back plastic, this plastic is just really a lot more sturdier. It feels way more, not premium, but it just feels sturdier than the back of the S4. The features on the S4, there's so many of them, you know, the S Health, the, you know, S View, and all that stuff like that. But, you know, honestly, when I had that phone, I played with those features, and the only one I really, you know, used the feature was maybe none of them. I don't think I've actually used. I think I turned off all the gadgets or the extra pizzazzo mazzo that they tried to put on the S4. And same thing with this. I don't really use the Q slide, although the Q slide is pretty handy when I'm trying to figure out, you know, something with the, you know, the calculator and so forth like this, which is pretty handy. But the killer feature, I think, is the knock-on. It's just genius. Really, it's freaking genius, man. You know, and I'm shocked that nobody thought about this and, you know, included it. Maybe there's a separate app on Android that you can do this, but, you know, really just thinking about it, this is just ingenious. You know, really, it's just super ingenious to turn, you know, to interact with your phone. So, you know, not comparing, you know, the different, you know, I'm gonna say, you know, gimmicky, you know, showy. It just checks all the right the boxes. You know, it's got that super freaking, you know, banana powered, you know, a Snapdragon 800 processor in it. The only thing I was kind of surprised that they didn't do was 3 gigabytes of RAM. But like I said, it works, you know. The 2 gigabytes is enough for this, but 3 gigabytes would be nice also. Maybe they could have made it 2.5, so it's just a little bit better than the S4, so I don't know. But the battery life is fantastic. I heard in the international version, because it has a non-replaceable battery and it's you know, much bigger, it's I think like 3,000 milliamp or something like that. This battery life is actually better than the S4. And I'm pretty sure it's not the 10, you know, the 10 extra, you know, so forth like this. This is, I think, the customization or something, because I play with this phone constantly, listening to music a lot, playing games, you know, Cookie Run and Minion, you know, the Minion game. What is the Minion game called? Oh, Despicable Me game. Also, Clash of Clans and so forth like this. What other games am I playing on this? There's a couple other games I play. So, you know, from my commute, you know, reading, email, always come home and it's always like 30-40% or something like this. You know, that's, you know, from my beginning of my day to the end of my day. You know, my day doesn't actually begin to like 12:30, because my job's a little bit different. But I don't come home till like 11:30, 10:30, 11, or so forth like this. And that's from constant usage, playing with my phone, web browsing, checking my emails, all that stuff like this. So stupendous job in battery life. I would say it's even better than the S4. With light usage, definitely could get a day and a half out of just one battery. And of course, the great thing about being in Korea is you can just snap another battery in there, and so forth like this. The screen is fantastic, very visible, and even direct sunlight, it gets really high. The only reason, like I said, I didn't give this 9.5, same as a Galaxy S4, is because of the stupid, really small things that the software tweaks. Like, for instance, this stupid auto dimmer doesn't work. I don't know what the hell they're thinking about that. Also, like I said, the music player is crazy laggy. It's just, we jump into it and it's just, I don't know. I just not digging some of the things that they do with the LG. But like I said, I rooted this phone. I use Nova Launcher as it is. One thing that is bad about having the Korean is there isn't that much development, for like ROMs and so forth like this. They're all like in Chinese or something like that. XDA Forum doesn't, really support this device because they have, of course, the American version. So out of 10 bananas, I'm giving this one a 9 bananas. Good 9 solid bananas. Love the phone, love the design, and the screen is just gorgeous. The 5.2 inches is great, even though, and it doesn't really, like I said, it's the same size basically as an S4, but it's just the screen is a little bit bigger because LG is just trying to do a little bit bigger. And the colors are great, IPS, naturalization. You guys heard of all of that. AMOLED is oversaturated, blah blah blah. It's just great screen and just really nice to watch videos and so forth like this. So I got some videos blocked in here, so we're gonna go into one of my favorite videos to watch when I finish. Is The Lonely Islands, one of my favorite groups, and funny. And the speaker is actually pretty loud, for even though they pretend it's a dual speaker, it's only a mono speaker. It's pretty loud, kicks ass. So let's get to it. Yeah. So this is it for me. Hope you enjoy. Leave some comments. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think about the video. If you have any questions about the phone, let me know. And everybody be good. Be good to each other. Be happy. Take care of yourself. And until next time, peace.